you always hear these things about fathers, especially black fathers, aren't active in the home, and or they're not there, and when they're there, they're not active in the home.
Hmm.
So sometimes it kind of comes across like certain aspects of the media, and be it social or news or whatever, sometimes give fathers a bad rap,
Yeah.
and sometimes it comes across as like dads are unappreciated. I don't know if
Hmm.
you feel that way too, both
Sometimes. Well, I
as a
used to.
whole or small scale. So let's talk about that a little bit, and let's talk like let's bring it big scale, like the world, culture, society at
Hmm.
large,
Yeah.
and let's think of it like small scale, like maybe family. So let's start whole scale first. And so how do you feel about that, like fathers and their appreciation, and how is that portrayed?
So as far as everything and everybody, especially us as melanin brothers, I mean, we have always gotten that bad rap because I mean, think of the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Dads was leaving the woman to raise the family. They was on drugs, this and this and this and this. So that kind of stereotype kind of stuck
Yeah.
to us,
Yeah.
and it carried over into the 2000s a little bit. But what you're starting to see more is you're starting to see more involved dads. Like we are
Sure.
actively engaged. Like I go to Chuck E. Cheese or just Applebee's, anywhere out to eat like that, and it's always the dad running behind his kids. It's always,
Yeah.
what I'm saying,
Yeah.
he holding the kid's hand. He got the Door Explorer looking book bag on with the baby stuff in it. I'm like, shoot, I've been there, bro. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? I
I've
just
been
I
there
just
too.
love seeing that shit, man. But
Yeah.
unappreciated, definitely, because we're always, I feel like we're the unsung heroes. You know what
Sure.
I'm saying? It's the moms do this, the moms do that. Spoil your mom for Mother's Day. Fathers,
Mm-hmm.
it's Father's Day. Get
Right.
get them a pair of these drawers.
Yes. Get you some underwear and a
Yeah,
tie.
and then
But
our
I don't
just
wear ties though.
we've said it on an episode or two a while back, but our dad's impact on the family is a really big impact. You know what I'm saying? When for mine, because I got Janae, my wife, and then Tasha, my teenager's mom.
Right.
From the outside looking in, it would look like, oh, Kevin ain't doing nothing. She's doing everything for these kids. Kevin ain't doing this,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, because I'm not there physically. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
what's not seen is the phone calls almost every day. The
Mm-hmm.
do you need anything? Daddy, can I hold this? Can I have this? Can I do this? Can I do that? And you know what I'm saying? It's there, but it's not seen. So it goes unappreciated. Very few
Mm-hmm.
people in our circle, you know what I'm saying? They see the extent of what I do for my older three. Now
Right.
the boys, they're, I mean, it's good. I get all the love and respect and appreciation for everything that I do here. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's a different feeling, really. I can't really describe it, but I'm 120%, and bro, and anybody else that knows me knows
Mm-hmm.
me. I'm 110% active in everything that my children have going on. Hell, I get off. I didn't got off of work on like a Tuesday just to go down to Augusta to go see
Yeah.
Kenji Cheer or something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's funny like that. It's funny,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you see all the people on social media, they're bashing baby daddies and everything like that, but there's always two sides to a story. Even the way we grew up, there's two sides to the story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm. True.
So, and for in a nutshell, man, that's really what I think about dads being unappreciated. Man, what do you think?
Mm-hmm. Well, so kind of, I agree with everything you said, but um, when I said but that doesn't mean I disagree with anything. I'm just gonna add on to kind of your point, and I kind of think about like us,
Yeah.
or Kim and I, and you think of like globally, you think of like the family, and you always hear the moms are cooking and cleaning and yada yada yada, and and talks about like what they should and shouldn't be doing, yada yada
Hmm.
yada, but you never talk about there's dads that's cooking and cleaning right along too. But I mean, and I think for me, one thing I notice is what you never get credit for is stepping out of the day to day and
Hmm.
thinking about the legacy of your family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
like for me, I'll miss sometimes, oh, I missed putting the baby to bed, or
Mm-hmm.
missed, I don't know, putting a couple dishes in the dishwasher. Do when I think about it, sure, but I'm also thinking 5 years, 10 years, 15
Mm-hmm.
years, what kind of, even longer, what kind of legacy can I leave for my children and their children and so forth and so on? What can I do to make that happen? Making sure that not only that they don't have the same struggles that we had growing up,
Mm-hmm.
but they also don't become assholes.
Yeah,
Because you don't want them, you want to provide for them,
but you don't want to
but
be a
you,
Hillary
you
Banks.
right. You don't want them to be spoiled and entitled.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so trying to think about how to frame that to where you're like, yo, I remember going to college where I think at one time 3 jobs in
Mm-hmm.
college on a full scholarship. That was to pay the bills and cover food and transportation, and
Yeah.
books was fucking expensive.
Shit, they hire
And
now.
and just all of that stuff. The way it's set up, my kids won't have that worry.
Right.
And you don't get there by accident. And you never get credit for those kinds of things. And saying, hey, I'm thinking about 529s and custodial accounts and savings funds and where they want to go to school
Mm-hmm.
and what kind of things they're learning. Are they learning our history and our culture? And, just thinking about all this stuff. Do they understand savings and having a um, understand the concept of delayed gratification and appreciating money and all that stuff, and realizing that you have to help others and stuff like that. I mean, I think those kind of things that we do and that we're real big on, and showing, like I think you mentioned it one time before, like you'll come home whether you tired, sore, whatever, and if the kids want to throw the football, you out there throwing the football.
Not long, but I'm still out
But you out there though.
I'm out there. You damn right.
Right. Keontae's not gonna remember that you threw the football for 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
He was gonna remember that, yeah, when daddy came home, it was throw the football.
Yeah.
And those the kind of things that you don't really hear unless you're in circles talking with other fathers and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And every now and then, because even like, it's so disrespectful, like on Father's Day. It's not as bad as it used to be, but you would see those single moms, and shout out to the single moms. Don't get me wrong. They do a lot. They go through a lot.
But you're not fathers.
But you're not.
That kills me. Somebody about to be mad, but you're a single mama, good. But I mean, you're not a daddy. You ain't swinging your cucumber and berries.
I ain't touching that one at all. Gosh, I ain't touching that one at all.
My bad. Not really.
I'm always gonna say something and edit it out, but I don't need it.
I mean, that's our day, and
yeah,
especially us as we catch it coming and we catching it going as black men, melanin men as a whole. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Outside the house, we're this, we're that, we're this, we're that, right. And then you come back into the house and you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. But that's also saying that. I'm saying that to say this is the person that you choose to share your house and everything like that mm-hmm. with is also a vital role in your appreciation.
Sure.
A dad's appreciation, because
that's real.
Yeah, if you don't have that person that's right next to you, giving you that validation, I guess, not saying that we need validation, because I sure as hell don't. Because half the shit I do for all the kids, I don't even put that shit on Facebook or nothing like that. I just get it
right.
done. And
Exactly.
And the sacrifices we make,
mm-hmm.
like you were saying, building a legacy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing over here. There's certain sacrifices, a lot of things I miss, a lot of things I want to be there for. However, in my mind, I got teenagers that's getting ready to go to college. They trying to do this, they're trying to do that. I got younger ones that's coming up. I still got to make sure they straight. And those are like the behind the scenes things. It's kind of like a director to a movie or a producer in a song or something like that. We're in the background. We're not seen. You know what I'm saying? And the cats that's out there that just have to be seen every fucking 2 seconds. Right. You ain't got your kids like that no way. You get them like once a month or some shit like that, and you just, I'm daddy of the year. Look at me.
Right. and you take
then
100 pictures so you can
yeah,
post them throughout the month like
yeah,
you on your shit. Yeah, you're
right.
right. You're
But
right.
you really ain't there for, you know what I'm saying, the day-to-day shit. When they upset about something, when they're arguing and you got to de-escalate the shit, when you got to get on their ass because they fucking up, but then you see they made straight A's, so you congratulate them after you finish whooping
Mm-hmm.
their ass. I mean, it's just it's just so much. Dads have a completely different perspective than
Sure.
a mom has, and society has a completely different perspective on most dads. Because when you see, oh, look at him pushing his daughter on a swing, oh my god, he's such a great
Right.
dad.
I know.
Like,
I know.
the
I
fuck?
was talking to somebody on Instagram about that, man, and they were like, I do my daughter's hair one time, and they think I'm just this magical unicorn.
Like, the fuck?
No, you're a
Like,
dad. The
yeah.
shit needs to be now. Don't get me wrong. If you compare my work doing Simone's hair to Kim's work,
Mm-hmm.
not even in the same
Oh
league.
shit, you ain't see mine when I used to do the girls' hair when they was little. That shit, they wouldn't even leave the house. Fucking Tasha come in there, fix it, or Mama will see it first, and there's
Right.
your
Right.
daddy did this,
Right.
didn't
Right.
it?
But you do what you got to do. I mean, and
Yeah.
that's what I think is missed is those that you just doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you cook breakfast? Wow, you're mad. No,
No, hell no.
people need to eat. I mean, fuck that. I mean, that's stupid.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm up. I'm not just gonna sit here and wait.
Right. Right. So yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to me. And then like you just look at different things, and it's just as a dad and seeing that I'm contrary to the narrative that is being put out over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it comes to, I mean, and I may be looking at it in isolation because of our situation, but you'll hear, like, I think last week I was listening to some article where they were talking about how the pandemic is disproportionately affecting women because they have decided to take the role of going back to the home and dealing with all of that shit.
But there's men out
And
there doing the same shit.
right, and that's the thing. I mean, whether it's not in equal proportions, don't pretend like it doesn't fucking exist. And
Right.
that's the shit that kills me. Like, acknowledge it,
Mm-hmm.
while it may be, say, uh, uh, different levels. Like, the men are here, the women are here, and the magnitude.
Right.
Acknowledge that it does happen. I mean, it's just like, I work with Simone a lot when she's virtual learning. And that shit kind of pisses me off when you're just like, well, and the moms are doing, but can you at least shout out the day? I mean, I know it makes headlines and I get how the news works and all that shit, but at least acknowledge.
That's at their grinding.
Right. For those brothers that's out there that's at their wits' end, that's trying to do the best they can, I'm sure they would appreciate an article like a spotlight piece just saying, that while women are doing it more, we don't want to forget that there's men out there too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for example, your wife is a stay-at-home mom. I mean, she has her side hustle, but it takes planning to get to that point.
Yeah, yeah.
We plan on Kim not this year, but probably next year. Kim being a stay-at-home mom too. But you just don't do that shit overnight. You just like, hey, I think you should be at home, so stay at home. No, man, you got to plan. Yeah. There's steps to get to that shit. You just don't wake up, and that's what I think is missing. Now, if Kim didn't want to, and she was like, no, hell no, I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom, then you're not gonna be a stay-at-home mom.
Same.
So I mean, that's the shit that kills me. Is just it's always one side of the argument. You never, ever hear, except for when they have those Instagram clips of the 15 NBA players doing their daughter's hair on Instagram or some shit. I mean, other than that, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
But we'll say it right here on behalf of the Fowl Language Podcast for all you fathers out there that's doing your thing. Shout out to y'all.
Keep doing it.
Keep it up. We right there with you, man. For real.
And a lot of stuff ain't gonna seem fair. A lot of shit ain't gonna seem fair, especially when you're doing the right thing. Because a lot of times you'll have the active dad doing what he has to do, but then you'll have the deadbeat doing what the fuck he wants to do, and he's living care fucking free, and you catch all the headache. So shout out to them guys too, man. Because I mean, just keep doing what you're doing. Your kids are gonna see it. They're gonna remember. and all that other stuff like that. So I mean, don't let, if you have toxic, I guess that's the word of the month.
Yeah.
It was petty
Shout
last
out to
month.
episode 13. Toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
Toxic fatherhood.
yeah, fucking.
Let me not say that shit out loud before that becomes a thing.
Yeah, you know, toxic fatherhood. The fuck is
I'm
that?
gonna
anyway?
Google that shit when this is over.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the hell is that? But I mean, y'all just keep your heads in there. If they want to be toxic, that's fine. Keep doing what you gotta do for your kids, cause like I said, they'll appreciate it and all that other stuff. And yeah, man, that's all I got as far as unappreciated dads go. But on another note,
I have one more thing real quick.
Okay, go for it.
For all you brothers out there, make sure you find, what's the saying? You're the sum total of the 5 people that you hang around.
Mm-hmm.
Find that group of dads that are putting in work just like you. Definitely find that. I mean, luckily for us, we know a good network of dads that's putting in that work and doing what they're supposed to do for their families every day.
Yeah, we do. Now I'll just play.
I won't name names, but I'll tell you at least 7 or 8 that I know.
Shout out to all my brothers that's out there.
Yeah,
taking care of their kids, man, doing what they got to do for theirs. Shout out to y'all. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
If you don't have a support group, man, hit us up on Instagram, Facebook. Let us know in the comments, man.
Oh yeah, please do.
We got your back. We got your back, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So